It's a garden day. Let's get these garden gloves. I got all the kids in here and ours. I just hang them right there. It's a beautiful day, but I have allergies. I'm not gonna let it get me down. Took my Xyzal, my elderberry, my ascorbic acid, so we'll see what happens. We've got some chores today. Hey, Kenzie. We're gonna work on the garden?
Yeah.
Daddy's doing something with the chickens. Hey, Talia and Jonah. Jonah, you gotta go get dressed. Here's a garden bed. We need to fill it with more. The chickens have been getting in here, so we're gonna have to really watch them. Nothing's planted yet. A lot of good rich soil in here, and I think it's going to be for flowers. Just cut flowers so we can enjoy it, because it is not enclosed, and we have a neighborhood dog that does like to come and pee in this bed in particular. So that will be our flowers. And in here, it's kind of a mess, but this is where I need to get to work. So, obviously right here there's a lot of purple dead nettle, which is packed with quercetin. It's getting on the older side, but I could still harvest it and dry it and put it into tea. There's a lot of wild onion in here. Wild onion, but I will be tearing everything out of here because I do need to plant some things. We have a pokeweed plant, lots of pokeweed. It's very tall, like a tree. And that can be used medicinally also, but you do have to be careful because it can be highly toxic as well. I would probably just use it for poultices. Over here, I did plant some sugar snap peas, and they're coming along. And some garlic, which is doing really well. And over here, I planted some onion. So there's a lot of onion coming up. I'll probably do beets right here today. Just get a bunch of beets. We love pickled beets. This is actually a wild onion growing. It doesn't really have a bulb, but it's more used like for the greens. This is all wild onion. It's all over East Tennessee. And yeah, I have a lot of gardening to do. My elderberry is growing like crazy. So is my Greek oregano, but there's purple dead nettle mixed in there, so I'll have to try to clear it very carefully. It is so good. The Greek oregano. Here's the elderberry plants. They're huge. There's two of them side by side, and there's a bunch of new stalk coming up. It comes up from the root. So I should probably try to cut some out here, and yeah, it's spreading like crazy, which is not a bad problem to have. I need to sell it or just give it away to people. Then over here, I'll be cleaning this area up. I'm planting tomato, cucumber, and melon. This is arugula from last year that took off. I hear a bumblebee. And so it is all over this arugula. Already going to seed. So I'm going to get to weeding and planting some beets today. So then we will have in the garden already. We have elderberry going strong, Greek oregano, sugar snap peas, onion, garlic, and then we'll have beets. And I'll be waiting to plant tomato and cucumber. I'll be waiting until Mother's Day weekend is what I always try to wait for. About an hour's worth of work. I'm going to come back in and cover this with straw so there's no bare soil showing. We really want to keep the nutrients in. Kind of weed it over here. I'm going to take a knife and cut this back so that we have more room. I don't need that large of a walking space. This is plenty, so I can expand the garden beds this year. We vertical grow with these ones up and over, so you don't need much, but they could do with more. So I'm going to pile in some really good soil in there. Didn't do anything over here today or over here, but I did a lot in that first area, and then right over here I removed these grow pots, grow bags, and just dumped out the soil. I'll put some new stuff on that. That looks pretty good. And plant in here then. I think this is where the herb garden will be. There's already Greek oregano and elderberry. So we'll just keep herbs going over there. And that's the progress for today on April 13th, 2024.